Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to learn 150 essential phrases for office conversations. If you work in an English-speaking office, or if you plan to, these phrases are absolutely essential. The workplace is a different environment from casual conversations. You need to sound professional, polite, and confident. You need to know how to participate in meetings, ask questions, give feedback, and handle problems. You also need to know how to build relationships with your colleagues. But many English learners feel nervous at work. They don't know the right phrases to use. They worry about sounding unprofessional. They stay quiet in meetings because they're afraid of making mistakes. Don't worry. Today, I am going to teach you exactly what to say in every workplace situation. These phrases are simple, professional, and practical. By the end of this video, you will feel confident speaking at work. So, let's get started. Part 1. Greetings and starting conversations. Phrases 1 to 15. Let's begin with how to greet colleagues and start conversations at work. Good morning/good afternoon. Standard professional greetings. How are you today? A polite way to start a conversation. I'm well, thank you.
How about you?
A professional response. Good to see you. Friendly and professional. How was your weekend? Common small talk on Monday. How was your evening? Common small talk in the morning. Did you have a good weekend? Another way to ask about the weekend. How are things going? Asking about work or life in general. What's new with you? Casual and friendly. It's been a while. How have you been? When you haven't seen someone. Nice to meet you. When meeting someone for the first time. I've heard a lot about you. When you've heard good things. Welcome aboard. When welcoming a new colleague. Glad to have you on the team. Welcoming a new team member. It's a pleasure working with you. Showing appreciation.
N.
Part 2. Participating in meetings, phrases 16 to 30. These phrases will help you sound professional in meetings. Shall we get started? Starting a meeting. I'd like to begin by introducing the topic. Let's move on to the next item. Changing the topic. Could we focus on redirecting the conversation? I'd like to add something. Adding your thoughts. May I interrupt for a moment? Politely interrupting. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? Asking for repetition. Could you clarify what you mean by? Asking for clarification. Let me make sure I understand. Confirming understanding. I agree with that point. Showing agreement. I see it a bit differently. Polite disagreement. That's an interesting perspective. Acknowledging others' views. Could we take a quick break? Suggesting a break. Let's summarize what we've covered. Summarizing. Let's wrap up for today. Ending a meeting. Part 3. Asking questions and clarifying. Phrases 31 to 40. Asking questions shows engagement and helps you understand better. Could you explain that in more detail? Asking for more information. What exactly do you mean by? Asking for clarification. I have a question about. Introducing your question. Could you give me an example? Asking for an example. Let me double check. Confirming you understood. Did I understand that correctly? Checking understanding. Could you go over that again? Asking to repeat. What does this mean for our team? Asking about impact. When is this due? Asking about deadlines. Who is responsible for this? Asking about responsibility. Part 4. Giving and receiving feedback. Phrases 41 to 55. Giving and receiving feedback is an important part of professional life. I'd like to give you some feedback. Starting feedback. You did a great job on positive feedback. I appreciate your hard work on this. Showing appreciation. Keep up the good work. Encouraging. I think there's room for improvement in constructive feedback. You might consider suggesting improvement. I noticed that. Observing something. This is a good start. Let's work on encouraging improvement. What do you think about this? Asking for feedback. I'm open to suggestions. Showing openness. I appreciate your feedback. Receiving feedback graciously. Thank you for your honesty. Receiving negative feedback.
I'll work on that.
Responding to feedback. Could you give me some more details? Asking for specifics. I value your input. Showing appreciation. Part 5. Making requests and offers. Phrases 56 to 70. These phrases help you ask for things and offer help at work. Could you help me with? Asking for help. Would you mind? A polite request. I was wondering if you could. A polite question. Could I get your assistance on this? Formal request. I need some help with. Direct request.
Could you send me?
Requesting documents or information. Let me know if you need any help. Offering help. Is there anything I can do to help? Offering assistance. I'd be happy to help with that. Accepting to help. I'll take care of that. Taking responsibility. I'll get back to you on that. Promising a response. Let me check and get back to you. Asking for time. I'll have it done by. Promising completion. Could we schedule a meeting? Requesting a meeting. Can we reschedule? Changing a meeting time. Part 6. Discussing projects and deadlines. Phrases 71 to 85. These phrases help you talk about work tasks and timelines. What are we working on today? Asking about tasks. What's the status of? Asking for an update. I'm working on. Telling what you're doing. I've finished. Informing about completion. I'm almost done with. Updating progress. We're making good progress. Positive update. We've hit a roadblock. Reporting a problem. We need to address this issue. Highlighting a problem. Let's prioritize this task. Focusing on important work. When is this project due? Asking for a deadline. The deadline is. Giving a deadline. I'm confident we can meet the deadline. Showing confidence. Can we extend the deadline? Requesting more time. Let's create a timeline. Planning. Let's review what we've accomplished. Reviewing progress. Part 7. Expressing opinions and suggestions. Phrases 86 to 100. Sharing your thoughts shows engagement and value. I think we should. Giving an opinion. In my opinion. Starting an opinion. I suggest that we. Making a suggestion. Maybe we could try. Suggesting. What if we. Proposing a different approach. I'd propose that we. Making a proposal. Why don't we? Suggesting action. I'm concerned about. Expressing concern. I'm not sure that's the best approach. Polite disagreement. I see where you're coming from, but. Acknowledging then disagreeing. Let's consider other options. Suggesting alternatives. That could be a good solution. Supporting an idea. That might work, but. Partially agreeing. I'm leaning towards. Expressing preference. Let's go with that approach. Deciding. Part 8. Handling problems and complaints. Phrases 101 to 115. Problems happen. These phrases help you handle them professionally. We have a problem. Reporting an issue. I've noticed an issue with. Identifying a problem. This needs to be fixed. Stating urgency. Can we troubleshoot this together? Asking for help solving. I'm having trouble with. Sharing a difficulty. It seems like something went wrong. Observing a problem. I'm not happy with the results. Expressing dissatisfaction. Let's find a solution. Focusing on resolution. Let's address this immediately. Stating urgency. I apologize for the mistake. Apologizing. I take full responsibility. Taking ownership. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Promising improvement. Let's discuss how to prevent this. Looking forward. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Acknowledging a complaint. I appreciate your patience. Thanking someone. Part 9. Phone and email phrases. Phrases 116 to 130. Professional phone and email communication is essential at work. Phone phrases. Hello, this is name from company. Answering professionally. May I speak to name, please? Requesting someone. I'm returning your call. Explaining why you're calling. Could you put me through to? Asking to be transferred. I'm calling about. Stating the purpose. Can I leave a message? When someone is unavailable, I'll make sure they get your message. Taking a message. Could you hold for a moment, please? Asking to wait. Thank you for holding. Returning to a caller. Let me put you through. Transferring a call. Email phrases. I'm writing to follow up on. Following up. Just a quick reminder about. Reminding. Could you please take a look at? Requesting review. Please find attached. Sending an attachment. Looking forward to your response. Waiting for a reply. Part 10. Networking and building relationships. Phrases 131 to 140. Building good relationships is key to career success. I'd love to connect with you. Expressing interest. Let's grab coffee sometime. Informal meeting request. I enjoyed talking to you. Showing appreciation. We should stay in touch. Suggesting connection. I'd like to introduce you to name. Making an introduction. Let's have lunch together. Social invitation. What's your role at company? Asking about someone's job. How long have you been with the company? Getting to know someone. Do you have any advice for someone new? Asking for guidance. I appreciate your support on this. Thanking someone. Part 11. Presentations and client meetings. Phrases 141 to 150. These phrases help you sound professional in presentations and client meetings. I'm here to PR. Assent. Starting a presentation. I'd like to introduce our team. Introducing colleagues. Let me give you an overview. Starting an overview. I'll be covering 3 main points. Outlining. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Welcoming questions. Let's move on to the next section. Transitioning. I'd like to wrap up by saying, ending a presentation. To summarize, summarizing. Thank you for your attention. Thanking the audience. I'm happy to answer any questions now. Opening Q&A. Part 12. Real-life office conversations. Here are some complete conversations using these phrases. Conversation 1. Morning greeting with a colleague. What you say. Good morning, Sarah. How are you today? I'm well, thank you. How was your weekend? That sounds great. I had a relaxing weekend too. By the way, could you help me with the presentation later? Thank you. I appreciate it. Conversation 2. Participating in a meeting. What you say. I'd like to add something to that point. I think we should consider the budget implications. Could you clarify what you mean by the timeline? I agree with that approach. Let's move on to the next agenda item. Conversation 3. Following up on a project. What you say. Good afternoon. I'm just following up on the report we discussed. Could you send me the final version when it's ready? I have a question about the data in section 3. I'll get back to you once I've reviewed it. Thank you for your help. Conversation 4. Giving feedback to a team member. What you say. I'd like to give you some feedback on your recent presentation. You did a great job engaging the audience. I think there's room for improvement in the conclusion. Maybe you could add a stronger summary. Keep up the good work overall. Conversation 5. Talking to a client. What you say. Good morning. I'm here to present our proposal. I'd like to give you an overview of our plan. We have 3 main recommendations for your team. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions now. Part 13. Tips for office communication. Tip 1. Be polite and respectful. Always use please, thank you, and excuse me. These simple words go a long way. Tip 2. Be clear and concise. Don't use too many words. Get to the point. People at work are busy.
Tip 3. Listen actively.
Pay attention to what others say. Show that you are listening by nodding and responding. Tip 4. Use professional language. Avoid slang and casual language in formal situations. Use professional phrases instead. Tip 5. Be confident but not arrogant. Speak with confidence. But don't act like you know everything. Be open to learning. Tip 6. Practice active listening. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Don't interrupt. Wait for your turn to speak. Tip 7. Ask questions. If you don't understand, ask. It is better to ask than to pretend you understand.
Outro.
So, to quickly summarize what we learned today. We learned 150 essential phrases for office conversations. We covered greetings, meetings, questions, and feedback. We learned how to make requests, discuss projects, and express opinions. We learned how to handle problems, phone calls, and emails. We learned how to network and build relationships at work. We practiced real-life office conversations. We learned tips for professional communication. Now it's your turn. Pick a few phrases and start using them at work. Practice every day.
You will get better with time.
If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future lessons. Also, I've put a link to our Telegram channel in the description below. We share daily tips, exercises, and reminders there. Join us to keep practicing and improving. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck at work, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.